Prime Minister chairs meeting with Vietnamese youth. In Ho Chi Minh City, Hanoi among Asia's least affordable cities for homebuyers. Hello, you're watching Today Headlines. State President Lương Cường hosted a reception in Hanoi on March 24th for Azerbaijani Prosecutor General Kamran Bayram Aliyev, who is on a working visit to Vietnam. Welcoming his guests, the state president emphasized that Aliyev's visit significantly reinforced the traditional friendship between Vietnam and Azerbaijan and boosted cooperation between their judicial bodies. He expressed hope for closer bilateral ties, paving the way for mutually beneficial collaboration across various sectors. Regarding his meeting with representatives of Vietnam's Supreme People's Procracies, Aliyev noted that the two sides had signed a memorandum of understanding on cooperation, which was expected to deepen their ties further. He added that his delegation visit allowed him to exchange experience, stepped up cooperation, and gain a deeper understanding of Vietnamese culture, history, and hospitality. This afternoon, to mark Youth Month 2025 and celebrate the 94th anniversary of the foundings of the Ho Chi Minh Communist Youth Union, Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính chaired a dialogue with Vietnamese youth, themed Vietnamese Youth Pioneering the Development of Science and Technology, Innovation, and National Digital Transformation. The Prime Minister and leaders of many ministries and branches listens to the thoughts and aspirations of young people on studying, starting businesses, and their ambitions. The Prime Minister and officials answered and sought clarification on many of the young people's proposals and recommendations to create the most favorable conditions for young people to develop. The Prime Minister acknowledged and commended Vietnamese youth efforts result in achievements in scientific research, applying technologies, and promoting the innovation ecosystems and digital transformation, while pointing out the difficulties, challenges, and major obstacles. Vietnamese coffee export prices have hit consecutive record heights in the start of the year, driving export turnover above $2.2 billion in just 2.5 months. According to the Vietnam Coffee and Cocoa Association, Arabica coffee prices reached a record level high of over $6,800 per ton, while Robusta prices climbed to nearly $5,400 per ton. Despite decreased output, the overall value rose by more than 30%. The soaring prices stemmed from reduced supplies, cautious sales, and increasing scarcity of coffee stocks. In response, Vietnam is developing high-quality growing regions in the Central Highlands, targeting an annual revenue of $20 billion. Today, all industries and sectors are rapidly changing towards greening and minimizing environmental impact. According to preliminary statistics from the Ministry of Finance, Vietnam currently has about 30 industrial parks converted to green production and is building ecological industrial parks. However, this number is modest when there are about 400 industrial parks nationwide. Industrial parks want to shift to green manufacturing but face obstacles that have yet to be resolved.
Industrial boilers are the most difficult places in factories to apply emission reduction processes. This company has reduced CO2 emissions by 10 tons per day by replacing coal with pellets from agricultural byproducts as fuel. However, a few successful models alone cannot create a synchronous green production chain.
If companies can link together, all processes will be very convenient. Our company is still transforming step by step on our own.
Currently, there is no specific mechanism for linking green production, which makes investors more hesitant to pursue the goal of greening.
Green production can help us attract investors better. We do not have clear standards for defining green production.
The construction of green or ecological industrial parks also faces difficulties because there is no competent authority to approve them.
Synchronization between policy and management mechanisms is needed to develop a set of criteria for building green and ecological industrial parks.
If these barriers are not removed soon, Vietnam may miss the opportunity to attract large investors, which will affect private economic development.
At 82%, 2024 small business growth rate in Vietnam reached its highest level in 4 years, according to a survey by CPA Australia. This growth trend is expected to increase in 2025, with 92% of small businesses anticipating expansions of their operations. This is the highest rate among the 11 markets surveyed. Vietnam's economic growth expectations are equally strong, with 93% of small businesses forecasting economic growth in 2025, much higher than the average of the Asia-Pacific region. According to the report, the positive growth is down to several reasons, such as the country's young, dynamic workforce being ready to apply technology and innovate. Their ability to adapt quickly and invest in digital solutions is an advantage that has helped them become leaders in the region. Coming up next in today's headlines, 4 missing Quảng Nam fishermen yet to be found. And Ho Chi Minh City, Hanoi, among Asia's least affordable cities for home buyers. Authorities are continuing their search for 4 fishing boat crew who went missing after their fishing vessels was involved in an accident in the waters of Quy Nhơn City, Bay Định Province. On March 21st, while fishing at sea, the boat encountered difficulties near Quy Nhơn. Nearby fishing vessels promptly rescued 10 crew members and recovered the body of 1 deceased fisherman. However, 4 other fishermen remain missing. Search and rescue teams are actively combing the area to locate these individuals. Although situated deep inland, Hậu Giang province has endured drought and salinity intrusion for years. These harsh conditions have impacted farmers' daily life and agricultural production. However, many farmers have turned these challenges into opportunities through flexible adaptation.
This 1-hectare field is located outside the dike system. Farmers have developed innovative methods to adapt to salinity situations. After the winter-spring rice crop, they construct banks, improve fields, and use salinity to decompose straw. By doing so, they have created a natural food source for aquatic species.
I let the salt water into the pond. After renovating the pond, I introduced red worms and fertilizers before releasing the shrimps.
I harvested 2 batches of giant tiger prawns and crabs in 6 months. If all goes well, the income will be double that of a rice crop.
The shrimp rice model has gained popularity in the locality. Currently, about 170 households are participating, covering nearly 160 hectares, an increase of nearly 50 hectares compared to the previous year.
Every year, salt water reaches this region of Hao Zhong. Therefore, we must adapt to the situation by alternating 1 rice crop with 1 crop of brackish water aquaculture products to survive.
Instead of struggling to prevent saltwater intrusion, many localities in the Mekong Delta have developed innovative business models to help farmers coexist with drought and salinity. By revising their agricultural practices and adjusting crops and livestock to suit the specific conditions of each affected area, people in drought and salinity-prone regions have found greater financial stability.
Hanoi and Ho Chi Minh City are listed among Asia's most challenging cities for homebuyers, with property prices comparable to or exceeding those in neighboring countries, while average incomes remain low. According to CBRE, apartment prices in Hanoi are around $2,600 per square meters, with an average annual income of $6,300, resulting in a price-to-income ratio of 2.4 times. In Ho Chi Minh City, the average apartment price is $2,800 per square meter, with an average annual income of $7,500, leading to a ratio of 2.7 times. Due to this disparity, prospective buyers in Hanoi and Ho Chi Minh City face even greater challenges in accessing housing than residents in Singapore. A free Vietnamese language class for children of the Vietnamese community opened last weekend in New York City. The class is jointly organized by the Permanent Missions of Vietnam to the United Nations and the Vietnamese Language Program at Columbia University. Students aged 6 to 14, most of whom were born in the United States to at least one foreign parent, attended their first class with spelling and pronunciation exercises alongside group activities led by volunteers instructor from Columbia University. In addition to this Vietnamese language program, the spouses of the Permanent Missions of Vietnam to the UN continue to organize regular Vietnamese language and culture classes for children of Vietnamese diplomats in New York. Lý Thái Tổ Gardens, a significant site within the Special National Heritage Complex of Hoàn Kiếm Lake in Hanoi, is set to undergo a makeover. According to the City People's Committee, the garden will be reorganized into three main areas: a ceremonial space, an octagonal house courtyard, and a flower garden area. Construction will begin in April and be completed by October this year. The joint Hoàng Sa Trường Sa, the front line of the homeland, and Vietnam People's Navy 70 Years of Protecting the Sea exhibition is currently taking place in Da Nang. With over 200 photos, documents, and nearly 4,000 visitors, this is the largest scale exhibition ever organized by the Vietnam People's Navy in Naval Region 3. The exhibition highlights the strategic position role and importance of the seas and islands to the nation's economic development and defense security, reaffirming Vietnam's sovereignty over the Hoàng Sa, or Paracels, and Trường Sa Spratly archipelagos. And now, as usual, let's continue with the weather forecast. And that's it for today's headlines. To rewatch the program, you can log on to VTVgo.vn or download a mobile application VTVgo. Thanks for watching and goodbye for now.